Hey everyone, it's your boy Raislive. So after about a week with this laptop, I have decided that I'm very capable of doing a good detailed review about this laptop. So without further ado, let's get into the specs about the configurations within this laptop you see on the screen here. So it comes with an HD webcam, dual mic, 17.3 full HD WLED display, full 1080p, 6-cell lithium ion battery, super multi DVD burner, Intel's i7-5500U processor with Nvidia Geforce 950M 4GB discrete memory graphics card. Comes with a 1TB 550 RPM hard drive, backlight keyboard, 16GB of DDR3 RAM, and Windows 8.1 as the operating system. Now, things that can upgrade it within a laptop is, of course, the hard drive. The hard drive you can use within the standard HDD drive, or you can go with the SATA drive, or you can even do both. That's an awesome feature for a laptop. So if you're thinking about doing that, I would consider doing that, running your programs on stuff on your SSD drive, and you can put like all your files on your SSD drive. So that's a good feature. Also, for those thinking about going into Windows 10, I will say hold on before making that upgrade. I was able to run this laptop on Windows 10 and Windows 8.1, and I've come to the conclusion that Windows 10 is not yet optimized yet right now. I was having graphics card driver problems, so like I said, I will wait a couple of more months until Nvidia and Microsoft decides to get the right drivers that are more optimized for this laptop right now, because right now I was having a lot of problems with video glitching, a lot of playback issues, and just random little crashes and stuff. So I just recommend holding off and just staying with Windows 8.1 for a while. I think you still have about a year until you can get to make that upgrade for free anyway. So yeah, I did that. I went to Windows 10. The interface was great, looks great on this laptop. However, like I said, it was just a graphics problem, so I just went back with 8.1. This laptop does come with the option of a full touchscreen display. Now overall, let's talk about the look. I think the look of the laptop looks excellent. It's very sleek, it's very simple, looks way better than the last laptop. I really feel that HP hit the nail with this one. This one was really great when it comes to design. It was really nice. My only issue with HP when it comes to the design of computers is that consistency. They don't really stay consistent when it comes to design. Each couple years, the laptops look significantly different than the other, making the previous models look pretty much just obsolete, old, and dusty. If you look at their competitors, their laptops pretty much stay the same within generations. So you don't feel like, hey, you know what? Hey, my laptop is 2-3 years old, but it doesn't look 2-3 years old. It still can, compete with the rest of them. This laptop stays fairly quiet, I have to say. The fan, you can barely hear it moving at all. I use Sony Vegas, installed it on here. I pretty much did some rendering, did a lot of various things within this laptop, and the fan pretty much stayed pretty low, which I'm pretty surprised, because the last laptop, the fan was very, very loud. When it came to like rendering videos or even playing games on high settings, the laptop, you just hear that fan blowing, just boom, 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 boom going. Also, let's talk about Nvidia's Geforce Experience. So when you get this model laptop with the Nvidia graphics card within it, you automatically have Nvidia's Geforce Experience built in within it. This is a cool feature for those who are out there who game. This feature gives you more control within the settings within the game. It automatically scans your computer actually for games, and it already gives you like optional and recommended settings for each of those games. So that's also an awesome feature. So you don't necessarily have to keep going back within the internet deciding which features are best for this laptop, or which features are better for this settings and things of that nature. It automatically renders that for you and tells you optional features. It also has a great feature with the shadow play. However, with the shadow play, it doesn't really use its full capability on a laptop. Nvidia blocked off this certain feature. There's a way where you can unlock it back, but you have to do some file editing in order to get it back. But shadow play is basically you get to record yourself playing video games, and it automatically saves it in HD. You can save it in 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, whatever frames per second you want. You can do it. You can change the resolution of it. It's an awesome feature. And from what I heard, Nvidia does offer the best within, you know, recording gameplay from within the computer. So that's a great feature. If you guys thinking about using that, definitely should check that out. However, it doesn't record desktop features. So whenever I'm like, I wanted to record this, you know, from the desktop, but it doesn't have that option because, like I said, it's for the laptop, and it's only, for some reason, it only has it for desktops users. So like I said, I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna try to find a little workaround around that, but I'll get there. All right, let's talk about the processor within this laptop. Now, here's where things get a little tricky and a little complicated, and I'm gonna try to break it down to you guys. So on the previous laptop, I had an Intel i7-4710HQ processor. Now that was from the older laptop that I showed in my last video. For this laptop, it has an Intel i7-5500U processor. Now, even though the newer laptop, the one that you show right now, it's running at an average price of $393, and the older one is running at a price of $378. Even though, you know, it costs more, you would think it's better performance. That's not necessarily the case, and I'm gonna explain why. The main feature of what this situation is that on the older laptop, it had a 4-core i7 processor. So that processor had 4 cores, while this newer processor only has 2 cores. Now, if you're sitting there wondering, like, okay, you know, what does that mean? Games utilizes more cores within the processor. Also, rendering videos also uses more cores within the processor. So if you're going to be rendering videos within this laptop, it's not as fast as the last one, put it that way. The last laptop I was rendering videos at, let's say, like 30-minute video, not 30-minute videos, but like 12-minute videos. I can render them at about like 30-40 minutes. With this laptop, it takes like an hour and a half just to render the same video on the same settings. And I was running them at 1080p. I was only doing like 30 frames per second. So that's a huge hit for rendering time. So please keep that in mind. The processor within this thing, even though it's more expensive and is you know, it's not necessarily better. The main feature that you're getting within the new laptop is that it doesn't use as much power. If you look within the power consumption, this one only uses 15 watts while the older one uses 47 watts. So that significantly, you know, keeps the laptop cooler and doesn't let it overheat, and that's why you don't necessarily hear the fan within this laptop as much as with the previous laptop. So just keep that in mind, guys, that 4-core processor is, I mean, that thing helps out compared to the 2 cores within this laptop. Now, other than that, that was my only issue within this laptop, was the rendering times. The graphics looks a lot better. The graphics card, like I said, is significantly better. The Bang & Olufsen audio is superior compared to Beats audio with the audio lag, because you know with the Beats audio, you had this audio swing situation. You couldn't adjust it, and if you did, it didn't utilize the speakers, so it made the sound low. So with this audio, great audio, just clean, smooth sound. So other than that, that's pretty much all I have. Overall, it's a great laptop, man. Like I said, this is great. I'm a college student. It does everything and meets my needs. But like I said, when it came to those rendering videos, it's not as fast as the other one. So I'm just letting you guys know that that's definitely a huge trade-off. As far as cons, I was noticing that when I listened to my headphone, even with the headphones, when I plug in my headphones, I had like this little buzzing sound whenever I move the mouse. So I'm not sure what that necessarily is. I'm trying to fix that. I heard a lot of people have little problems with that with other laptops, but not sure if it's just this model. But other than that, that's probably the only con I have for this laptop, and the fact that Windows 10 isn't necessarily optimized for it yet and up to date. So great laptop. I think is really worth the purchase. Like I said, it stays very cool compared to the older laptops. The fan, like, you don't even hear the fan at all. And like I said, it's just a great laptop. Looks really good. Once you get used to, you know, making a 17-inch laptop your default, your primary laptop, notebook, or whatever, it's really hard going back to a 15 and 13 inch. I tell you that right now. Like, you really get used to that big screen. It really feels like you're just behind the desktop, you know. So that's all I have for you guys. You know, hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them in the comment section. So be sure to like, favorite, you know, share the video, and subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.